Hey, this is Autumn Szyminski. I'm glad to have you here. I am here to give you some great tips on how to power carve on a gourd. This will be a 3-part video. I hope you enjoy. Let's go have some fun. I use the Dremel 3000 rotary tool that has 10 speeds. This is the flex shaft that I attach to the Dremel. I use it because it allows me to have freedom, and it also helps me to get a lot more detail. These are the tungsten carbide cutting bits that I use to create the depth and dimension. They get right down in there and carve it out. These are the diamond bits that I use for detail and finishing. I use a fine point Sharpie to put in my designs. I don't worry about anything staining or showing up after I'm through carving. It will all be gone. Before we get started, be sure you have your eye protection and your mask, and be sure you have a glove to wear on the hand that is not using the drill. We will start out using a tungsten carbide bud bit to design the first part of the flower. Use light pressure. Don't try to hurry. Pay attention to the depth of the skin on the gourd so that you won't drill down through it. If you should happen to drill a hole in your work, no worries. Later on in another video, I will show you how to turn that hole into beautiful art. I'm using the tungsten carbide bud bit to hollow out the flower petals and the leaves. See where I'm carving out that petal, making it deeper in the middle and more shallow as you come out. You want to make sure that the leaves and the petals all are distinct from one another. You don't want your work to be flat. I will continue to hollow out the petals, make them nice and concave, giving them good 3-dimension. Then I will hollow out the leaves up so that they look like they're coming out from underneath the petals. You don't want your work to look flat. You can see in this little gourd here that's finished how concave the flower petals are. Play the flower petals and the leaves against each other so that it will look more believable and have more 3-dimension. Again, we will take the tungsten carbide bud bit and go around the outside of the design, making it look like it's coming up out of the gourd, giving it lots of 3-dimension. I will carve as deep as possible around the outside of the design, being careful not to punch through the gourd. You can use these same methods if you're going to try to practice carving on a piece of wood. You can do that just as well. And it's a good idea to take your bits and practice doing different things with them on a scrap piece of wood or a scrap piece of gourd. Learn how to use the bits and learn what all they do before you get started. When power carving, be sure that you wear a glove on the hand that is not holding the drill, as these bits can be very sharp and dangerous. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the description box down below. I would love to hear from you. Keep the bit moving towards you. Do not go back and forth. Do not go backwards. Keep pulling it forward, soft and gentle. You can gently pull the bit back, fade away from the flower so that it blends into the uncarved portion of the gourd. Carve around the edges, get them as deep as you can without going through the gourd. Get lots of 3-dimension in there as much as possible. Tune in next week for part 2. I will be putting a video out every week. So if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.